What's good, folks? We back. In The Walking Dead, certain characters, they get labeled villains the moment they mess up, but are they really as bad as people think they are? That's what we're about to go over in today's video. So, getting right into it, let's start with Marlon. Marlon, he the leader of Erickson kids, but not because he wanted to be. Basically, somebody had to step up. And imagine being a kid in this world where all the adults left and everything on this man's shoulders. Listen, trading Sophie and Minerva to the Raiders, it was terrible, unforgivable. But was it really evil? Or was it just a desperate act to try to keep the family he had left alive? Marlon is not really that big of a villain. He's really just a tragic example of what happens when kids are forced to carry their own weight in this type of world without any guidance for real. Now, I'm not excluding this man entirely. He left Clem in there locked up with a Brody that was turning. He did kill Brody. I'm not gonna lie, he's still a villain in my book, buddy. So when AJ popped that man's head, I was like, oh man, that's bad. He shouldn't have done that, but I'm not mad at it. But next up, another character that gets a little too much hate, even from me. I'll admit it. I can't stand this guy. We talking about Arvo. Now Arvo, this guy, everyone loves to hate him in season 2. But let's slow down. Was Arvo really the problem? Or was he just caught up in the middle of something bigger? Because think about it. Either you robbed him or you threatened him, Jane. And his sister dies in the course of some of these actions. When something like that happens, people tend to hold grudges. So imagine being in his shoes, losing everything because a group of strangers came. They treated you like an enemy from the jump. And I think Arvo, he not really a villain for real. He was just another broken person trying to survive. Now, do I forgive him? Not at all. I still want my get back. Arvo. Oh, I wish they would make a new season, because I don't care. I still want to get back on Arvo. Yes, he was going through something, but he shot Clem for no reason. Now, let's get on to someone else who gets a little bit too much hate. We talking about Lilly. Listen, in season 1, she was a little bit of a control freak. In the final season, she is the antagonist. But here's the thing. Lilly, you gotta think of what she went through. She lost her father in the most craziest way possible. Listen, she was over there trying to breathe that man back to life. And Kenny came.
You're fucking worthlessly
in front of you. Now put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in there. You over here, you just see your pops. So whoever you love gets smashed right in front of you. Like, yeah, that's kind of crazy. And she really never got the time to grieve. Never really had that support system she needed in that time. So I think that would turn her into a cold and ruthless person. But deep down, you could tell that Lily is not heartless as you think she is. Because look at the way she's seen Clem. She had a bit of heart in her eyes. Okay, I think we could say that. Now her actions, they kind of crazy. And they come from a place of pain.
so much pain! So much pain!
And not pure evil. Now, was I jumping up for joy when AJ hit at least half a clip in her? Yes, I was. I'm not gonna lie. But she didn't deserve. She didn't deserve what happened to her before that. I can't defend everything now. Now, let's talk about Ben. Ben, listen, everyone blamed him for the group's downfall in season 1. It was his fault a little bit. But at the same time, Ben was just a scared kid trying to survive. Yeah, he made a mistake. But who didn't? Listen, the difference between Ben's mistake and everybody else's mistake is that Ben's mistake, it created a whole time ripple that messed up the entire group. And it's a real tragedy. And the real tragedy isn't that Ben messed up. It's that nobody really gave him the tools to survive. Nobody held that man's hand. He was still legit at the end of the day. And I'm sure if he had somebody to teach him all this stuff, he would have done better. But now, let's talk about somebody else who recently, I was like, yeah, I hate they guts. I'm not gonna lie. Until a comment, listen, somebody commented on the last video when I was hating on Jane a little bit. And they had me thinking, like, you know what? This makes sense. So we talking about Jane. Jane, she's a lone wolf, cold, calculated, and she really willing to do whatever it takes to survive. That's kind of why a lot of people hate her. And the big thing was the whole AJ thing. Listen, she just as broken as everybody else, and she tried to deal with it in her own way. Now, do I agree with this? Not at all. Do I still hate her? A little. But I feel like when you put herself in her shoes, and you think about the fact that she wanted to go back to a place that she knew existed while Kenny was dragging them to a place they didn't even know existed. So, after I look into it, she not as bad as I made her out to be. Still bad. Still don't like her. But not as much. But I don't dislike her as much as I used to. But now let's talk about Sarah. Listen, she often written off as a useless character and a big liability because she couldn't handle the harsh reality of the apocalypse. But here's the thing. Sarah, I don't think she was really weak. I think she was just different because she grew up in a bubble that Carlos put around her, and Carlos did everything he could to protect her in his own way. And I think him shielding her from a world of horror, it left her unprepared when things went south. But it's not really her fault at the end of the day. It was just the result of being sheltered too long in a world where you gotta know what to do. Listen, that's why AJ had that thing on him at the age of 5. Now, I'm not saying Carlos should have taught her at that age, but I'm saying she didn't have no type of tools to learn. She didn't even have the time to learn. Everything happened so fast that she couldn't adapt. And Sarah's story, it shows you that it's more than survival and strategy that matters. It's about who's around you and what they doing, and if they trying to make you a better survivor or they protect you from the harsh reality that you need to learn. Who really should get the hate? I think Carlos, but I don't think Carlos is a villain either. He just stupid. Hey, you couldn't tell the difference from a dog bite and a walker bite. Listen, I can tell the difference from a human bite and a dog bite. That should be simple. So, characters like Marlon, Arvo, Ben, and Jane, are they really bad as people say? Or are they just a reflection of what happens when people have to survive? Take away luxury and morality, and I feel like this is what you get. In The Walking Dead, these people are not perfect, just broken, trying to survive in a world that's also broken. Yeah. But if you like this video, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you wanna, and check out this other video over here. Listen, it's real good. I make a lot of Walking Dead content. So yeah. Well, with that being said, we out. Oh yeah, also follow me on Twitch. I'll still ranks too, cause I messed up the name. But